No pit stops, no strategy, it's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Alright, get ready to jump out if you get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system and it's going to take us a few minutes to correct it. Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go. Drop to P15. Right, that's us down into P16 now. 9 laps of fuel to go, 9 laps left. Okay, we can take you this lap. Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car. All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track. Right, that's us down into P16 now. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Understood. Stopping this lap.
lady, we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of Formula One action. Historically, a good race for first-time victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the very first time right here. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Perez, Iwasa, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Surfer Girl, Joe, Fittipaldi, Albon, Ricciardo, Vesti, Behrman, Ocon, Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
It is true, they had a really tough day in the office last time out, but they cannot dwell on that. It's so important to turn the page and start on a blank slate, because the more you dwell on that, the less it's going to push you in the right direction. So take some notes. Obviously, there's things to be learned, but move on.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Top 10 now, keep it up. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Piastri ahead, and gap to the car in front, 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1:23.9. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. teammate behind, 2.2 seconds. Okay, mate, Piastri's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. Okay, you're in the dirty air of the car in front, let's get past them. Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work. That's P5, you're in P5. Leclerc is ahead of you. They're on old mediums. Piastri's behind you now. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 8.8 seconds. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time, 5 laps. And 26 laps to go now. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.6 seconds. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, you have a lot of front wing damage, box for a new one. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.8 seconds. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, clear. full course caution, the safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta, we need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stock vehicles on the track. Okay, we can't take you right now. Hit next lap, next lap. Okay, we had an issue removing the left rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put it behind us and finish the race strong. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Green flag. fast here. Use overtake, use overtake. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us. 2.1 seconds. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand. So let's push, and use it all up. Nice move, good job. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Gap to your teammate ahead, 4.3 seconds. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.5 seconds. Okay, you're in 9th. 9th position. Stroll ahead. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and that's Fittipaldi behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Our gap to first place, 8.9 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. All right, 16 laps to go. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. Okay, good work. Great pass. Behind. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. And the time last lap, 1 minute 22.3. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 6.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Time last lap, 1:21.2. All right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Okay, you sat in P2. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Leclerc is behind you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, gap to the car in front. 5.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Your last lap time, 1 minute 21.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Okay, mate, we've got high reserves of ERS, so let's try and use some more. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Final lap of the race, final lap. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Top job, mate, top job, yes! I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but man, you pulled through. Thank you, well done.
And the best of British and the best on the track, it's George Russell who wins.
Wonderful drive to see them come from far down the grid to win the race. Those days are the ones that throw the biggest challenges at you, and to stick out and win it is an incredible job.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.